With everyone on airplane mode, contact was impossible, but no worries. Our geniuses used their smarts and quickly found the target on the passenger list. We found a salesman. They fear losing business, so their phone's like a 24/7 lighthouse, the airline styled. When he heard that it was a call from the Safety Bureau, he immediately assumed it was a scam and was just about to hang up the phone when the salesman hastily handed the phone over to the captain. Walter used the intercom to issue orders like a commander. At the airport tower, he instructed the captain to fly lower 30 meters to catch the signal and download the system. But Walter realized his idea was naive. The speed of the plane is no match for that of a laptop, so there's no way to catch a signal. This plan was a flop. Fixing the speed difference. Easy peasy like 7. He glanced at the parking lot and spotted a Ferrari 458, immediately ordering the U-boat to go on a car heist. Walter told the captain to drop altitude to 8 feet. Time was running out, so he chose a wide download. Luckily, the captain was a former Air Force guy, and they took the risk to start a synchronized drive between the car and the plane. What does this mean? I have no idea. Just a matter of seconds, and we're soaring in the car, downloading in the blink of an eye. Stop. No. Stop. And then came the classic moment. You can bet this was the most hardcore advertising for Ferrari ever. All the data was sent to the tower, and the system was finally restored. What a lifesaver. They saved thousands of passengers, and Morgan kept his promise, giving Walter the bonus talk about a win-win. Morgan sincerely invited the Scorpion team to join the Homeland Security Strategic Response Group. Finally, the team found us. These geniuses found their stage, and Walter suggested that May and her son join the team since her son, Little Boo, is also a genius with an IQ of 100. Of course, the key is, these geniuses don't know how to socialize and need regular help. Morgan agreed readily. From then on, the Scorpion team secured the job. Finally, they got recruited. First mission? A genetic bioterrorism case, and they infected. The governor told everyone his daughter was isolated in a tent and had less than 24 hours to be saved. At first, Walter was puzzled. Why ask for a medical issue? The governor explained a virus was found on his daughter's computer hours ago, saying, "It's your fault she's sick." It was clearly targeted at the governor. Someone did this on purpose, but he couldn't figure out who was the culprit. Running a state involves risky decisions and reforms. He probably pissed off a few people. All devices at home are on the same network, but strangely, the other computers weren't. In fact, Walter analyzed that the hacker controlled the home network and implanted a virus designed specifically for the daughter. Naturally, the same method also meant the daughter's body was infected. The next person to find is not only a hacker, but also a biological. This way, they can identify the biological agent used. The Scorpion team started cracking the virus by tracking the infection image. They successfully tracked down the email's origin, finding some emails came from multiple servers worldwide. And so, this didn't stump Walter. Using loops at an IP address effectively narrowed down the source signal. Based on the path data, Walter quickly traced the email source, and everyone hurried to that location. The email sent to the governor's daughter just so happened to come from a notorious hacker training ground. With this clue, the hacker who planted the virus could very well be here. But they can't go asking everyone one by one. Morgan flashed his Homeland Security badge, while Toby kept a key. Shortly, a man tried to make a run for it, but Walter quickly took him down. But the hacker was just a hired gun, had never met his client. He received instructions solely through the mail, had no clue about any sick kid, and simply hacked into their computers as the client requested, sending out 4 anonymous emails. The content was the same: "It's all your fault you are sick." This means there are 3 other kids at risk from the virus too. After verification, the governor said these kids were his ex-colleagues at the pharma plant. They had collaborated on a special medication specifically designed for muscle atrophy, and the progress of the trials had been proceeding very smoothly. This drug also treated asthma, and since asthma medications are more profitable, they tweaked the formula, which led to multiple patient complaints. Given this, the virus sender might be a patient with spinal muscular atrophy. The antidote for the 4 kids should be with him. This guy not only has incredible scientific talent, but also access to cutting-edge gene sequencing technology. The next step was to investigate the list of trial subjects for that muscle atrophy drug, but bad news rolled in. The pharmaceutical company stated they couldn't provide the records due to a lawyer claiming it violated patient confidentiality agreement. Requesting a court injunction takes 24 hours, but infected kids have only 12 hours left. Lebo attempted to hack into the pharmaceutical company's records, but all drug trials weren't networked to talk about a dead end. Just when everyone was at a loss and didn't know how to proceed, Walter noticed a flyer advertising a sandwich shop. Walter decided to let Big Guy with a photographic memory sneak into the pharmaceutical records room and jot down the list of trial subjects. The plan? Start with the pharmaceutical employees. That sandwich shop was right next door to the pound. Employees often ordered food online, so Walter planned to hack the sandwich shop server first. He'd plant a Trojan horse in the menu file and modify the store's coupons. Once the pharmaceutical staff saw a super discount coupon, you can bet someone would click to download that menu. Sure enough, many employees from the pharmaceutical plant raced to download the coupons, and Walter zeroed in on a mid-level manager locking onto his car.